Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Open Mic Night live at the ZoomBarDC. We've got a great show for you tonight. We've got Bill Sherman, Joseph Stegner, Arlene Grant, and more. So sit back, relax, have a great time, and Bill Sherman's going to kick us off. So take it away, Bill.
Thank you, Marie-Louise. So, oops, just a minute. Got to turn something on here. There we go. Yeah. So, here on the East Coast, for 4 days now, we've been experiencing a weather event, and I got a song here because of that weather event. Boards on the window, mail by the door. What would anybody leave so quickly for, like Ophelia? Where have you gone? The old neighborhood, well, it just ain't the same. No one knows just what became of Ophelia. What went wrong? Was it something that somebody said? Honey, you know we broke the rules, yeah. Was somebody up against the law? Honey, you know I'd die for you. Laughter to ashes, the ghost is clear. Why do the best things always disappear, like Ophelia? Darken my door. Was it something that somebody said? Honey, you know we broke the rules, yeah. Was somebody up against the law? Honey, you know I'd die for you. Got your number, you're scared and running, but I'm still waiting for the second coming of Ophelia. Come back home, like Ophelia. Where have you gone? Like Ophelia. Come back home.
Yay, Bill! That was awesome.
And of course, you all know what the name of this weather event has been, right?
Ophelia?
Yes, that's the name of this tropical storm, is Ophelia.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was Hurricane Ophelia, and it was Tropical Storm Ophelia. Ophelia. So
Wow.
that was for our weather event.
Thank you. That was great. What a great song.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
wrote
it's
that or did that? Where'd that
It's
song
a band song off of Big Pink. Haven't done this one for a while. You called to tell me you were lonely. Whoops, I'm sorry, I'm going to start over again. You called to tell me you were lonely. Even if that's true, well, you can cry me a river. Cry me a river, 'cause I cried a river over you. Then you said you were sorry for being so untrue. Well, come on and cry me a river, cry me a river, 'cause I cried a river over you. You nearly drove me out of my mind. You never shed a tear. Remember, I remember all that you said. You said that love was too plebeian and you were through with me, and now you tell me that you love me. Well, even if that's true, I want you to cry me a river, cry me a river, 'cause I cried a river over you, it's true, 'cause I cried a river over you. I want you to cry me a river, cry me a river, cry me a river, cry me a river. Come on and cry me a river, cry me a river, 'cause I cried a river over you.
Woo! Hey, Bill.
There you go.
That's such a great song, and you do it so well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So there's my first two. I have to figure out what the other two will be.
All right. So, Joseph, you're up next.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feeling like I'm a little unprepared. I thought of doing the ones about the sideshows because they drive me crazy. I hear the screeching, and for those of us who responded to collisions, we hear that sound, and it's like waiting for something to happen, waiting for something horrible to happen, and it's a horrible feeling, and I hate it. And it's 3:30 in the morning, it's waking me up, and I don't know what to do. I've responded a couple times. Once I ran with a brick to the street. It took me so long to get there that fortunately they were gone by the time I got there. It probably wouldn't have turned out good.
What are you talking about when you say sideshows?
The people who wheel their tires in an intersection and they stop traffic so that they could just wheel their tires in the middle of an intersection round and round and round and round and round and round and round, and then they'll do it for a long time, and sometimes they can get so many cars involved that it's a big deal. So I guess they're more maybe West Coast, I don't know, but they happen a lot here.
They happen in Portland.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's more West Coast thing than East Coast thing, but it's annoying, and they'll just spin, they'll stop traffic, they'll do it on the freeway, they'll do it in the big bridge, but a lot of times it's just here in residential areas, neighborhoods, stuff.
Wow, that's awful.
And as much as you want to stop it, there's really nothing you can do once they start spinning around, because once the momentum is in progress, if you do anything to make them lose control, then people get hurt, property gets damaged, and you just have to basically, there's nothing you can do. Yeah, if the engines could be disabled. What's that?
Is it legal?
No.
Oh, no.
Not at all.
What's it called? And what's it called?
They're called sideshows. Yeah, they're called sideshows.
Where'd that name come from?
I don't know.
Because it seems like reckless endangerment by.
It is.
It seems like there should be a lot better a name for it than sideshow.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, that's awful.
Right.
Yeah.
Portland has
But
them all the time.
we're kind of helpless, and it keeps people terrorized because there's nothing you can do. Again, once it starts spinning, if you do anything, to make them lose control, because once their wheels are spinning, they're going around in a circle, but anything could make that suddenly stop, and they can go in a forward trajectory.
But
You know,
the
like spin the
police could
bottom.
arrest them, or somebody could give them fine them, or a
It
ticket.
becomes a chase, and
What?
would become a chase, and chases endanger people.
Right.
Police chases kill people. They're horrible.
Yeah,
Police
they are.
chases are absolutely horrible. They do them, but to risk people's lives, it's horrible. So
Mhm.
there's kind of a policy around here that you don't do a police chase unless it's
They don't.
something horrible, like
Yeah.
capital
Murder.
or yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're just kind of all hostage to it. So I thought of some signs that I could bring to these places. Tell me what you think. I got 3 different options. The first sign goes like this: if you would be constructive instead of disturbing the peace, perhaps the things that suck in life would find a cause to cease. So that's one sign possibility.
That's good.
The other one is: spin your tires and act a fool, as if such wanton waste is cool. But as you squeal your ignorance for blocks around to here, when you need an angel, you will find that none appear. Hashtag baby boys squealing wolf.
Too
And
long-winded, and they probably wouldn't understand half the words.
Right.
and
Yeah.
sign possibility number C: baby boy squealing loud in the night, tempting the wounded to turn out your light. Like the rubber you waste on the road, you are a useless chode, making a lot of noise, smelling like a diaper load.
Ouch. Well, humorous, but again, they wouldn't understand it, and too long for a sign. The first one is just right for a sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't
Those
care.
are all great. Those are all
I
great,
mean,
though.
I think they're funny as hell,
They
especially
are.
especially the diapers load thing. That's
But maybe you could, distribute them at coffee shops, little poetry, put them on the tables at coffee
oh,
shops.
that's a good
Maybe, but
idea.
they're not the
But the
people who
people
are
in
out
coffee
there
shops
with
wouldn't
diapers.
read them.
Right, that's
Yeah,
preaching to the
maybe-
choir, right?
But maybe there'd be some peer pressure, like who are these people and where do they come from? Like their
They're not
families
people
or
who
their
frequent
neighbors.
coffee
So one of my friends, since I posted these on Facebook, said that maybe I should post them anonymously, because you get people pissed off and they'll come and do them in front of your house.
Yeah.
Or
So my reply to him was that, yeah, they did it to me at the gas station once when I just shook my head no, and they came into the gas station terrorizing the owner of the gas station.
Yeah.
I do not fear the fallen who are led by a sense of rot, who follow the ways of decay, wanting good nature to stop. I know how they push buttons, hoping to see the devil's fruit, as they tempt their fate with ego, demanding a salute.
Yeah.
Do good and don't fear evil is a mantra at my core, while I'm aware that social chemistry is in unstable risk of war.
Mhm.
I want to be here for my children who will need me when they have theirs. What is one to do when the disrespectful loudly dares? For those of us who stayed awake through the night for EMS calls, when we hear the selfish gamblers pretending they have balls, as they make the very noises that usually precede collision, keeping that unsettling sound, irritating the saints with a mission, a concept they can't comprehend, as the selfish are always blind, limited to the tiny sphere and narrow range of their mind. History gives notice and makes it very clear: accuracy and love are not how bad stewards steer. The killers are not correct, and soldiers will serve us a lie, so I do not think I'm exempt from being one the deceived will want to make die. But I protest the bully way and those who force others to suffer. So if they and I don't seek a make-believe buffer. It is not the healthy who need a physician, a famous orator once spoke, and if a field didn't need to be plowed, there would be no need of the yoke. What good is a light that doesn't shine in the dark? How can one be alarmed if the dog doesn't bark? I'm aware we must pick our battles, and maturity is not quick to run, but the reaction is pathological and the wrestling is not fun. I admit that I need help, as I am tempted every night by those who get a thrill out of proudly abusing their might, using their tools for destructive pleasure, not concerned for the health of mankind. Adversaries of understanding spread rot of the heart and the mind. Prayerfully, and I wrote that earlier today. So,
Yeah, it's
for
rough.
whatever it's worth, whatever, but you know,
That
it
was
doesn't
good, Joseph.
That was
If people don't
great.
listen, doesn't matter.
Yay,
Yep.
Joseph.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah.
So I guess there's my two for the for now. Yeah, I guess I'll stick with that. I've got more I've written, but
Okay.
unless you want me to do one more. I can do one more called Gratitude.
Okay. Yeah, do one more.
I wrote that. Okay, I wrote that just yesterday.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay, here we go. I apologize for not being prepared. This is not good use of people's time. The best way to respect an audience is to be prepared and dazzle them. Don't waste your time with all this unprofessional stuff, but here we go. Gratitude. We can only bear witness to what we've seen, what we've experienced and heard. From the wellspring of our soul is the origin of our word. From such reservoir I share this ink, with colors that only exploration provides. Within the being of anything, a vault of wisdom hides. Like eyes that look for Waldo, what is there may not be seen without extensive examination or vision that's most keen. So it is with life itself as we go about our way, too busy in the mind to see what's in the light of day. No one is exempt from this. That's just the way it goes. With eyes upon the sky, one might not see the rose. If there is a message for which I've been spared, kept alive to continue to write, despite the many circumstances that could have ended my life, I believe it's that love is the answer, that feeling of respect that's divine, that attitude and behavior that wants fellow citizens to shine with all the joy of life on a path that will keep them blessed, admonished if poor judgment or lack of knowledge guides the chest. At times when death was a breath away, gratitude kept me warm, kept me calm, a thankfulness for all the times I've known splendor in life's palm. This poem could be chapters long if I told of the trillion times I have reason to be grateful, prolific, and loving with my rhyme. And so I continue. Thank you. That's it.
We're glad that you do continue.
Yeah.
Yay,
Thank you.
Joseph.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's it for
You're
me.
welcome very much.
I'm wondering if I, yeah, after Bill does two more songs, maybe I'll tell us.
Oh, you've got something?
Well, Joseph's story inspired me, reminded me of a story that could.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing it.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear it now
Okay.
if you want.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, do it now.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so on the similar topics to what Joseph was just bringing. A few years ago, I used to go and play basketball in the public courts, or rather, I would go by myself with my basketball, and there would usually be, two empty basketball courts, and I would just, shoot different positions to see how many I could get in. And then I would shoot foul shots a lot with my eyes closed, and I could get like 6 out of 10. And it was fun. And sometime, and then, so I had, and then one day I came to the courts, and there were all these like tiny children swarming all over the courts with their nannies and with all these like little go-kart things. And these people were all like less than 5 years old. And it was like, why are they on the basketball court? Why aren't they in the playground? And it was really annoying because I really wanted to do my thing. And so I was trying to do my thing when they on one corner, because there were like four courts of four baskets. And then all of a sudden there's this man who's probably in his 30s and wearing a light blue button-down shirt and khaki pants, so a young professional. And he starts screaming at me like, what are you doing? You're going to hurt my daughter, and I'm going to take your head and throw it across the fence. And he's just screaming and screaming at me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. You have a beautiful daughter. I'm really sorry. You're a very handsome man, and I love you. And he said, what? What'd you say? And I said, I'm sorry. You have a beautiful daughter. You're a very handsome man, and I love you. And then I looked up, and he was gone. That's my story.
Where was his daughter?
What?
What about his daughter?
I mean, she was fine. I mean, she was. Oh,
No, I mean,
the daughter was gone. He and his daughter vanished into thin air. I mean, they just
poof.
Fled because it was. I don't know. They didn't know how to deal with love.
Yeah, the best way to pacify it.
Yeah, right. And what a thing to teach your child. Yelling and screaming at someone. Yeah, wow. Good story.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And the power of love. You made somebody disappear.
I did. It was just like the strangest thing.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
But yeah, and it's amazing that that's what I came up with in this very stressful situation.
Yeah.
Good.
That is cool.
I stopped a guy who was about to punch me on a bus once by starting to sing to him. I looked him in the eyes and I said, brother, you are my brother, and I have no beef with you. And he just stopped. And then I continued, and he walked back to his seat. And you could tell he was like, wanted to do something, but he couldn't. He just sat at the back of the bus until it was time to get off, and he got off. And then the girls who were sitting across me just started laughing and asked if I was afraid. And I said, I wasn't afraid, because once you're afraid, then you've lost your faith, and then it's on, and then it just doesn't work that way. And but yeah, and I told a coworker about that, and she told her psychology professor, and he said he heard about that happening on a train in India once, so he wanted to meet me. So he had me come in and speak to the class at Laney College about my adventures on the street, and singing to this guy and trying to make peace since I left the ambulance, and trying to use poetry to make the world a better place. But yeah, so good answer, Marie-Louise. Good response.
It throws people off. They're not in that mindset. Totally not there. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks. Well, can I tell you one more little story on that?
Please do.
On that note?
Please do.
So, well, as you know, I've been taking singing lessons for a while, but once, like, this was 13 years ago, I'd met at the zoo bar. I'd met a woman. Well, I'd met a husband and a wife, and the wife had been like the type of the person who would be the lead in a high school musical. So somebody who really took her voice very seriously. and she had grown up and become a mental health therapist. But anyway,
I thought you were going to say something else there.
oh, and anyway, so and we became friends, and she had 2 little kids, and one of them had been in the emergency room and had been sick for many days and kept her up all night, and so she was distraught and freaking out because of her son. And I didn't, it's like, what can you do about that, right? What can I do as a friend? Like, I don't know what I could do. So anyway, I figured what I could do is I can show up at her house and just be there for her. And so I show up at her house, and she looks like she hasn't slept and has been stressed out. So I said, well, there's not much I can do, but I'm going to sing to you. So I just started singing to her, and I didn't even actually know any songs, but I just made these sounds that I liked, that I practiced because I was studying opera. And anyway, and then all of a sudden her expression like totally changed in a good way, like, oh my God. And then she goes over to the piano and pulls out these music books, and she starts playing something from, the Sound of Music, and then she starts singing some Broadway show tunes, and then I'm singing show tunes with her, which I'd never really done, but it was really fun. But we were just like having fun singing. And so like less than half an hour later, she was her old self. She was all of a sudden she was again super mom, and she was like, oh my God, I've got to get ready for this bake sale with my daughter, and there's a blah 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 and a blah blah blah. And it was like magic.
Music,
That's awesome.
music is very powerful. They're doing some music therapy with Alzheimer's patients, and it's helping.
Oh, wow. Sure.
Yeah, it's just so great. And yeah.
I sang to a patient once. He was 3 years old, and
Sorry?
I sang to a patient I had once. He was 3 years old, very lethargic. By protocol, I could have stuck a needle in the bone of his tibia and started an IV infusion, but I decided to stroke his hair and sing to him instead. By the time we got to the Children's Hospital in Oakland, and I went to bring him in, I just carried him on my hip, and he was clinging me so tight, it was hard to pass him over to. But that was one of the reasons I realized I had to leave, because I could get called up in court and someone could ask me, tell me, Mr. Stegner, where exactly were you trained in medicinal song? Can you please point to the protocol that says that you should start singing to your patient instead of infusing them with normal saline? So I realized I just gotta step back and let another take this job as I go and become a poet. So yeah, it's cool.
Joseph.
Good job, Marie-Louise. Good job.
Music is good. Soothes the soul.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks. And welcome,
you.
Arlene.
Hey.
Good to see
Thank
you.
you. Thank
Been
you.
a long
Hello,
time.
everybody. Yeah, it has been a little while. I was just getting busy. I had projects I was working on, and then we had High Holy Days, and I'm here now. If anybody's here Jewish, Shana Tova. And, yeah, so I'm here.
Yay! Do you want to sing now?
Sure, I'll sing. Let us hope that it works out. I loved your story. I did tell me that if people don't have the live performance audio update on Zoom, that they won't be able to hear me. So I hope you will be able to hear me. And I am going to sing along with the Beatles, Let It Be.
Yeah.
Yes, a favorite. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me speaking words of wisdom. Let it be in my out. I need to start over. sorry. I never start over, so give me some grace for that. I realize that this version is a little faster than the one that I normally sing. So let me try. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, spinning words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when those broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. And for those they may be parted, there's still a chance that we will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Yeah, there will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. It's a long version. I shortened it up just now. I was not familiar with that one, but I hope that you could hear me. Could you guys hear me this time?
Yes! Yeah, you sound
Just
great.
fine.
And the
Thanks.
I hear you just fine.
Thanks. Perfect. So I will come back more regularly since you can hear me as well. That will help a lot.
Yay!
Yay.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank
Thanks,
you.
Arlene.
Sure. Thank you. I enjoy singing with you guys.
Oh, yay.
Well, we enjoy
Right
having
here.
you sing for us, or with us, or however it is.
Okay, so tonight's closer is Bill Sherman.
Well,
So
thank
whenever
you.
you're ready.
Thank you. So this is an extremely old song. It's over 100 years old, from back in the late 1800s, and really cobbled together from various folk songs, so nobody really knows who wrote it. It was first recorded in the late 20s by Louis Armstrong, and it's called St. James Infirmary. I went down St. James Infirmary, saw my baby there. She was laid out in a long white table, so sweet, so cool, and so fair. Let her go, and God bless her. Wherever she may be, Well, that woman can search the whole wide world over. She ain't never gonna find another man like me. Now when I die, I want you to bury me in my snakeskin boots, a white suit, and a Stetson hat, and put a $20 gold piece on my watch chain, so my folks will know when I die I was standing pat. Well, I went down to St. James Infirmary. You know, I put my baby there. She was laid out on a long white table, so soft, so cool, and so fair. Well, that woman can search the whole wide world over. She ain't never gonna find another man like me.
Woo! Hey, Bill.
Thank you. So, I really didn't have anything for a fourth one that was different than, so I'm gonna do something that you seem to like, Marie-Louise.
Great.
I've been driven by the rain, beat by the snow, been drunk and dirty, and don't you know that I'm still willing. Driving the road late at night, I see my pretty Alice face in every headlight. I said, Alice, oh, Dallas, Alice. And I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, from Hatchet Peak to John to Paul. I've driven every kind of rig that's ever been made. Driven in the back roads so I wouldn't get weighed. And if you give me weird white sand wine, and you show me a sign, and I'll be willing to be moving. I've been driven by the wind, right by the sleet, had my head stoved in, but I'm still on my feet, and I'm still in a whole lot of trouble. Smuggled some smokes from Mexico, baked by the sun, every time I go to Mexico. And I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, from Hatchet Peak to John to Paul. I've driven every kind of rig that's ever been made. Drill them in the back roads so I wouldn't get weighed. And if you give me weed, white sand, wine, and you show me a sign, and I'll be willing to be moving. I'll be willing to be moving on.
Woo! Hey, Bill!
And that's what I got for you.
Thank you.
Hooray!
Thank you.
What a
I
great
really
song.
I really enjoy sharing music with y'all.
Yay.
Yay!
I was sitting there.
I heard a cat. Is that Marie-Louise? Marie-Louise, is that your cat meowing approval?
Yes.
Yes.
There we are.
Yeah. If Kitty likes it, then we should all.
So we have a family cat. I'm hearing an echo and I'm trying to fight it. We have a family cat. Lives with my ex-wife now. But she used to run away every time she heard me play. Now my son's dog. He just lies there and loves it. So I like my son's dog better than I love the cat.
I understand.
Yeah.
But I like your cat because your cat seems to like my music too.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for another great Open Night Live at the ZoomBarDC. See you next week.
Thank you for hosting us, Marie-Louise.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Nice to see you, Arlene.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks,
Bye
thanks,
now.
Arlene. Thanks, Joseph.
Take care.
Yeah.
See you, Marie-Louise.
Thanks, Marcia. Thanks, Judy.
Take care. Enjoy your kitty.
Thanks.
All right. Bye. There we go.